Everyone, I'm here today to talk a little about 21st century learning and what that looks like in my classroom. So, the first big question is what is 21st century learning? And quite frankly, researchers don't really have one clear, precise definition. So, many of their definitions include terms like 21st century knowledge and 21st century skills. So, basically, 21st century learning is this broad term that just kind of refers to the need for new skills for the 21st century. And that's referring to there was a societal shift from the 20th century to the 21st century in terms of our society being an industrial and manufacturing society in the 20th century and going into an information and knowledge services based society in the 21st century. So now that we're in the 21st century and we're moving toward information and knowledge services, there are just new skills like technology, like being able to talk to people of different cultures around the world. They're just new skills that need to be taught that weren't traditionally taught in schools. Some agreed upon aspects of 21st century learning, since all of those researchers don't really agree on one precise definition. Um, Things that we need in order to work well in the 21st century are digital competence, communication, collaboration, critical thinking, problem solving. A lot of people refer to a global world. So just because our world is so closely knit, we can have a conversation with anybody around the globe in a matter of minutes. And just creativity for different new things that come across. So, 21st century learning, when I was doing my research, kind of is split into three different categories or pathways, in my opinion. So, we have academic and digital knowledge, which just kind of includes our core content knowledge that we've always taught. Also, digital knowledge and the ability to work with the two skills. The so that content knowledge that we've always taught, technology and how to use our technology, and then bridging those two things together. Also, there's social knowledge. So we have to be able to think flexibly, we have to solve problems creatively, and we have to have effective communication and collaboration skills. And there's also the global knowledge piece there that includes knowing about your job and being able to be aware of cultural, ethical, and emotional differences of those around you. And that just kind of goes back to working with anybody around the globe. And put together, these skills are going to set our students up for success in an ever-changing world. So there's also a relation to TPACK here. We have 21st century learning, where I saw this was in my academic and digital knowledge pathway. So the TPACK is that integration of the content knowledge, the pedagogical knowledge, and the technological knowledge. And I see that in our academic and digital knowledge pathway, because that's where we're working with the information, we're working with the technology, and we're having to teach those skills together. So in my classroom, I use 21st century learning in a lot of different ways. Our mathematics curriculum uses a lot of strategy instruction. So that is including the academic knowledge piece that we've always taught, but there's also social knowledge there and explaining it to others. And there's technological components to a lot of our curriculum, and that helps with the digital knowledge. There's also desk groupings. So I always group my kids in tables because they have to learn how to work together. They have to learn how to follow directions, and they just have to learn those social skills that they'll need along the way in life. And I also do a lot of studying other cultures. We have an interactive read aloud curriculum that's really great about having like fables and folk tales from different cultures. We also learn about holidays around the world and what schools are like around the world. So this kind of adds to their global knowledge and just kind of makes them aware that there are cultures other than their own. How I want to keep doing 21st century learning is I want to make sure that my kids are doing writing presentations where they're actually writing things for an audience. I want to give them more opportunities to solve problems, extra technology platforms. It can be really hard in first and second grade to use those different kinds of technology. And I want to continue teaching about other cultures. And I also have some critiques of 21st century learning. So Karoluk and other researchers said, given the rapid pace of technological change, it seems short-sighted to base the education of the entire 21st century on tools available today. I totally agree with that, and I totally understand it, because we have this we have tools that are changing every single day. So I can't base my teaching off of just what's available right now, because by the time that my kids graduate from high school, they'll probably be obsolete. And also, Winner from 1980 states that technologies reward some while punishing others. And that just to me, it kind of reminds me about how not everybody has equal access and equal opportunity. So my district did a lot with COVID money, with getting us technology. And just because kids have access to technology at school doesn't mean that it's equal and equitable access for all students. So some kids might have one-to-one devices at their schools, other kids might have shared technology at their schools. They might not have access at home. There might not be stable internet connection, even at school. So I think we just have to remember that just because we have equal access, it doesn't mean that, or not, just because kids have access to technology, it doesn't mean that it's equal and equitable for all those students.